Jordan Jensen here. I'm gonna be at Raleigh January 30th. I'm gonna be in Buffalo the February 6th, Boston, St. Louis, Dublin, London, Paris, Oslo, Stockholm, Amsterdam, Berlin, Philadelphia, Rochester, Winnipeg, Minneapolis, Tampa, and Portland, Oregon. And you can get all of those. And by the way, I'm recording my special May 17th at Gramercy Theater in New York. So those you're gonna gotta go to that. punchuplive.com. So
punchup.live/Jordan Jensen. punchup.live/IanFidance for all my dates. Yes, that's right. My dates. What are you? Don't hit me, man. Stop. I was here when you were here.
I didn't get up.
I'm going to be in Unkinsville, Connecticut, Comics Roadhouse, Syracuse, New York, Albany, New York, Hasbury Heights, Portland, Maine, Valentine's Day weekend, following weekend, Portland, Oregon. I listen to you. Cary, North Carolina, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Vegas, Kansas City, Salt Lake City, San Diego. I'm going everywhere, okay? punchup.live/IanFidance to get on my mailing list. IanFidance.com for all my dates, sketches, special, wild, happy, and free. Come and see us live. It's a good time. Enjoy the show. Thanks for sitting through all this. You probably didn't.
Telling jokes and having smokes, riding bikes all through the night. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian. Coffee ice no matter what. Now you know he likes it in the butt. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian, being Ian. And life is shit, but you're positive. Let's find out what it's like to live a life being Ian, being Ian.
With Jordan. Don't get chocolate in it. No. That sounds like a deer dying.
Why did you use this one instead?
Because it's too clunky. Hi. But thanks. Shout out to, I forget who made me this, but this is, Thorn Rose Leather Co. Out of Step.
Are we on? Are we on the air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I just got 8:10 p.m. this week. I'm going to be at the Comedy Store if my house doesn't burn down. If my house burns down, I'm not going back to LA to do spots on Saturday. Isn't that weird?
What?
Forest fire caused by what? I got this.
I have no idea. But yeah, there's 100-mile-an-hour winds right now. It happened in the Palisades Highlands. So I live in the lowlands. I live right on the ocean. Brag. And
Isn't that poor people down?
no, poor people are not near the, like, we're rich people. Like my neighbor is the fourth in charge of Walmart, and like another guy is like a hotel magnate. Is that
If those houses survive, I'm gonna go there and pull Luigi.
Oh, dude, yeah, please, yeah, just kill everyone in our neighborhood.
But
actually, can I select a few? Because we're in an HOA, and I don't like the other half.
I think if I were to do that, though, I'd scam them out of money instead of just killing them. HOA is housing
Wreaking havoc.
Homeowners Association.
Homeowners Association. That's what it was.
You guys are like, tell me you're 47 without telling me you're 47.
Holy
Pete.
shit.
I bought a house.
You bought a house?
I'm going home on
But
Sunday
she's
to paint
not
it.
a HOA.
Oh, you're not. That's the best.
It's in the
HOAs
woods.
are literally like they fine you for having too much garbage in your garbage can. Like
I know a good
Homeowners
HOA thing. Like
Association.
my aunt in Colorado Springs cannot hang underwear up on the clothing line because it is uncouth.
Because it
Yeah.
makes a smell.
I got fined. So I have a stalker that lives in my neighborhood.
Oh my God, that's right. You have a stalker.
Yeah, he's literally.
Pete Lee is on the podcast.
No,
The
I have to say the most exciting thing about Pete Lee that I heard about you.
Oh, touch my leg more. I'm single.
You just rub it like
Okay.
You, Ian, down.
By the way, last night when I walked up to Ian, I just shook your leg instead of your hand because I thought that'd be funny. And you looked at me like I feel assaulted.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
I don't even remember.
No,
Assault
you
me
don't
whenever
remember?
you want.
It was hope. What you were seeing in his eyes was hope.
Yeah.
It was hope that you would grab his penis.
That was
He was like,
the look that
"Ew,
I.
yo."
Please give me a South Palisades
Wait.
hello.
So this is what I heard.
Yes.
And
I really love that you guys whisper, but then you hold your mics close to where you're whispering.
It's my move.
Yeah.
And also I like making him do things that then the people who see what I whisper, but I don't do
Yeah.
Move it further, please. It's really fucked up. It's 3 days before my period. I will house that.
Wow.
Anyway.
That's so funny because the last time we recorded, it was close to your period too.
Get that away.
That's Dolly's saltwater taffy.
Okay, I heard.
You haven't seen it because you haven't been in the studio
No, I
in
have
a
seen
while.
it. I have seen it. I was here. That was John. John.
We ate it with Kareem. Yeah. We're back in the studio, by the way.
8
B&E
shots
and
of
with
espresso
Jordan.
today. So I heard because I had
Patreon.com/B&E and pod.
Shut up.
You two are my
'Cause I
favorite
had-
married couple.
Because I had.
This is like when Harry
I'm
met.
gonna say something. If you say one more thing, I'll fucking kill you.
I wasn't saying I was going to sing it.
I know. I had Coyote in the green room one day, and then somebody told me that you had a stalker and your protection is a small French bulldog.
Yeah. Well,
What? How are you straight?
French bulldog.
That's crazy.
Isn't that the coolest
Get
and
'em.
most Pete Lee thing
Breathe
you've ever
weirdly on them.
Yeah.
He used to like go to the front window and he'd be like security because he knew the sound of this guy walking and he would
It's
just
a
run to
guy
the-
stalker.
It's a guy stalker, yeah. And so I got fined in the HOA with my old house. So I had an old house. I moved to Arizona because I got married to a lady. I got divorced. I moved back to the neighborhood, got a better house 4 doors down. Well, I got fined in the HOA because they think that I can't say his name. Well, I can't. I legally can because I've won all my court cases against him and I have restraining orders. I can legally say his name, but I won't. But his mom died via hanging.
His mom,
and,
you say
and
her
he
name?
was the one that found her, and she had a restraining order against him. So the DA of LA.
She
Now
had a
ha-
restraining order against her son?
Yeah. And
So how'd he find her? He
because-
clearly
because-
doesn't respect the
because
law.
what do you think? And then the lady right behind my house, she was found hung to death, had no history of depression. So now the DA of LA is investigating all this stuff. So his lawyer's wife was the head judge in Santa Monica. She just waived, like she just wouldn't even like try a case that involved him. Well, in my restraining order case, he had a video explaining that like she gets him off of everything and that's his blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm not naming names, so I'm not liable. But she, after our restraining order thing, when I exposed this video, the head judge of Santa Monica, who is like in her 50s, retired. So they don't go after ex-judges, right? So now the DA of LA is investigating all this stuff. And on July 19th of 2020, when all this stuff was happening with him, there was a woman who he I don't like to say that word,
Raped,
yeah, who ran to
Can
my
we
house.
wait until it's 10 minutes into the pod so we don't get demonetized?
I said raped.
Why I said
raped.
He raked her like
Well,
a cartoon. He
Can
put
you
a
guys
rake.
believe?
and
You
she
can believe
hit
that.
it.
I just don't like.
We don't censor.
Yeah, I don't like that word. I don't know.
You're sitting like the Grinch.
Yeah, you know what I mean, man. But anyway, she ran to my house for help afterwards because she knew that he was stalking me, and I helped her, and I actually paid her legal fees. Well, now they've like bundled all of his cases into mine, and this is something that like he knows, but like he'll probably listen to this podcast and go like, "What they're doing? What?" Well, anyway, so
Why do you think they'll
Thanks
say
for
that?
liking the podcast, comment, share.
Patreon.com/BlueChew.
So I didn't get fined, but I got a notice from the HOA because it was Halloween time, and I hung a skeleton.
Easy.
I hung a skeleton.
That
from
must have
my-
been
from my-
triggering for him.
from my front. So I had these big windows.
So everyone
I hung
around
a
him hangs
skeleton in
himself?
there, and then whenever he'd walk by and be looking in the windows, I'd like hold up this. I had this neon thing that just said "Your mom." She was hanging, and dude, that's the funniest shit that I've ever done. That's the meanest thing.
My God.
That's the meanest shit that I have ever done in my life.
Let's
And,
go.
That's Why was he outside your house?
because he wants to kill me real bad every day.
But isn't
And-
isn't there a restraining order that he can't go within 100
Yeah,
something of
but
your
he's-
you think people
he's-
respect
He's
that?
broken it over 16 times, and now where it stands is that if he so I had to go get a second restraining order. I showed all of the
Fool me
past
once,
stuff.
shame on you.
Yeah,
Fool me
showed-
17 times.
I'll hang a thing up that looks like your mom.
Restraining order violations are a misdemeanor, but they can bundle them and create them into or turn them into several felonies.
Mhm.
And so this judge that we went in front of, because I had to renew my restraining order against him, was like, "Hey, if you have one more infraction, I'm going to turn multiple of these into felonies, and you're going to go to prison for a long time." Well, he, since I've been back, things have been normal. I did antagonize him, but that was after the restraining order. That was after he tried to break into my house. That was after
I think it's deserved.
Have you communicated with him at all?
No,
Only through the medium of
only
podcasting.
through court. Only through court, I communicate.
How
with
did
him.
he stalk you? What did it look like?
He started by I moved into his neighborhood and he was a fan. And so he was like skateboarding around in a rainbow Speedo.
How old is he?
He's now 34.
Is he a gay man?
Ian, I told you not to do this anymore.
Do what?
Skateboard around his house and his phone.
My bad.
We don't know his sexuality necessarily, but like I think it depends on he's bipolar, which is not bad. He has schizoaffective disorder, which is not bad. But the thing that
Wait,
makes
what
him
is he?
bad,
What's the second one?
It means like he's
Schizoaffective
like
disorder.
Oh, yeah.
spectrum.
Yeah.
But neither of those two are bad, and there are medicines for anybody. But he, in addition to that, is a predator. Like he just is like his brain goes like prey, like predator prey, and he's been getting restraining orders against him since he was like 16 years old. They think he killed his mom. They think they killed this other lady. There's 3 women that we know of that he arred. And then
raked.
Yeah.
Why is he not in jail if he arred?
Because of that judge that let him. She wouldn't even see any case that was brought up against him. But now,
because everywhere, every fucking town in America favors criminals over citizens.
Okay, but what's
agree or
the
disagree?
What's the real reason?
His family's very
crazy.
wealthy and they've funded lawyers. But recently, I found out. So he went. His family stopped giving him money after all this stuff with me. I was his first male victim. I feel so
Congrats.
Aww.
That's so nice.
I'm like, I've had several girlfriends and whatnots like turn lesbian right after me. So like, I like that the guy, it went the opposite way. He only stalked women and now it came.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's gonna watch this and be like, see, he loves it.
Oh, see, he loves it. Yeah, no.
Can I just say, this guy has arred multiple women, killed his mother, stalked you, run-ins with the police a million times.
Yeah.
Clear danger to society, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get a French bulldog to protect myself.
I'm gonna have somebody do this.
Why did you get a French bulldog? Bark is more important than bite.
Technically, and I don't mean to be a bummer. I'm like, my house is on fire. I have a stalker. I lost the French bulldog in my last divorce, so that the dog went with her.
Why?
Because I don't know. He was my service animal. He's registered to me, but he was her dog first. So
Wait a minute. Did you do the thing that I did where when people are like, what does she do? And I'm like, she keeps people away from me, but it was kind of just like a
lie.
Oh, wait. Like, do you mean
Did you do what she did and lie
Can I tell you
about
something?
it being
Can
a
I tell you
service
something?
animal? You can tell me anything.
If you were on the road with me at meet and greets, you would be so happy about Coyote because somebody will walk up that is so fucking weird and she'll, and I go, who is it? And then I find them and they're always like, I love being Ian. And I'm like, get out of the line. She's very selective.
I mean, this dog I really had trained as a service. This dog did 202 flights with me. Like,
Yeah,
and,
Coyote's getting up there.
Yeah, and this dog loved to bite people and other dogs. And just when I put the vest on him, like it was like don't. I don't bite. And you'd
a
see,
thunder vest.
You would see like it looked like it literally looked like it was one of those black dog vests that looks like a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
And on him it looked really, really tough. But like a little kid would come up with the little kid fingers and he'd look at me like, can I? You know, I want to murder. Like he hasn't even lived that long. I won't even be that sad.
Wow.
But,
he was also talking
what's
about
his name?
himself.
His name's Diesel. And
Diesel?
Yeah, 2
That's
years
really
ago
good.
he got cancer really bad, and we put him through the full radiation, all this shit. He lived. The doctor goes, you know how I knew he was gonna live? Because he was bullying the other cancer dogs in the back. Like
wow.
He's somebody that like he's an angel of mercy. Like he's like, oh, you're about to die. Well, let me finish you off.
Yeah.
This is an easy kill.
Oh my God.
He's like the serial killer that kills homeless people. He's like, you're gonna.
Was it bad in the green room? Because sometimes Coyote will bark at weird sound guys.
Yeah, I would
And
always
I'll have to be like, please take your weird face off.
he would bark and then
untangle your greasy hair.
Yeah. And you know Vishnu Vaka, right? Like he'll come on the road and then he'd be like, Diesel would just be going, like, because he'd want to come see me. And then Vishnu would just bring him on stage. And like, Diesel's not funny. So like he would bomb every time.
Yeah.
And it was just like every time that he'd come on stage, the crowd would be like, oh, Diesel's here. And I'm like, this is going to suck.
I know.
Guy, he's got no chops.
Wait, why did she take?
You can do it.
Why she keep dog?
You can do it.
Why she take dog?
Why did she take the dog?
They were more bonded?
Why is there a dark cloud of despair around you wherever you go?
I don't know. I'm the happiest person you've ever met.
It is
I really am.
wild.
I'm like, like my house is about to be on fire in California right now. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I still have most of my stuff in storage in Arizona, but like I just brought my favorite stuff to California.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
that's going to burn, you know?
Wait, do you really think it's going to burn?
I don't know. So there's a we have cameras on the house, and I keep checking the cameras. And then there's a surf lighting camera in our neighborhood because one of the best surf spots is right there.
So you can watch it burn.
We're gonna watch the house burn from
what
the house.
it is to burn. Finch,
how do you
shout
know,
out.
How does it look right now?
Right. I checked the cameras. Can I?
Yes, please.
You need service.
Ian, do you have Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Gimme. I don't want to say it.
Gimme. I need some more.
Gimme. I need. Are you a punk rocker and a moon
I grew up a
stopper?
skateboarder. Yeah, I was a
He
pro
used to pick
skateboarder.
kids
yeah.
up too.
Oh,
Yeah, I was a pro skateboarder
God.
growing up. Yeah. I'm cooler than you think, Ian.
He's a black belt in
Well,
Taekwondo.
tell it to your voice.
Black belt in Taekwondo.
I know. Oh yeah, I know. Hey, how are you?
I remember I made Nikki P laughing because I was doing Dirty Pete Lee. It was like, oh, geez, yeah, I'm going to choke you within an inch of your life. You like that, you dirty whore? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was hooking up with this gal the other day, and like you know when a gal's just like put in, it's like it was like our 4th time having sex that day, and then
Wow.
and like so she's like I was like I'm about to, and like right when I was about to, she's like her whole face was like, don't ruin it, don't like, because I was finally about to, right? And I go, oh yeah, but it was honest and it was earnest, and I didn't even hear it. I was just like, oh yeah, and afterwards she's like, I had to try so hard not to laugh because it would have taken you out of
Yeah.
it. But I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, holy smokes.
Will you say the thing that you said on late night about the accent being a drunk thing?
Oh yeah. I said that I don't even think that Wisconsin people have an accent. I just think that we learned how to talk from drunk adults.
Yeah.
I think my dad was like,
That's where the Australian accent came
Listen.
from. Oh. Sorry.
Do it.
True.
This is my favorite part. Shut
right
up.
when I first started talking, I knew that he was going to interrupt.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to snap at him. And I was like, I was actually waiting for it. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is going to be great. All right. This is the Surfline cam, by the way.
Say the rest of it.
Say the rest of it. Now I'm interrupting myself. So I go, the Wisconsin accent is just, we just learned how to talk from drunk adults. Like my dad was like, do you want to go to kindergarten today? And I was like, LMNOP. Thank you,
It's
Jordan.
really good.
Oh, it looks fine.
I mean, there's
Is
a
that
lot of smoke.
smoke?
Yeah, that's all smoke. That's not even like ocean
What?
haze. That's just smoke.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
nighttime fog.
I'm going to show you guys, and I'll
Like Van Morrison
It's 3
said,
o'clock there.
into the
3 p.m.
mystic.
3 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna also send. I'm also gonna.
Do you have
show
a video of your house?
Yeah. I have a video. Let me show you this. This TikTok where
Is there flames still going?
Oh.
Why aren't the fire department putting it out?
Oh, no. Hey, Chris and Stefano. You guys are bad guys. My wife, she's all like, I'm from
I'm Puerto Rican.
Papi,
Like,
Julissa.
Julissa.
I was like, Chris, is your girlfriend like? And he was like, yeah, she says like, and I was like, okay, enough said.
Okay, so this is a TikTok, or this is an Instagram. So this is where the fire is, and then when it pans over here, this is my house right there.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's my house right there, and
So it's slowly creeping
Oh, no,
towards
no.
you.
it's just and it's
Pretty
100
fast,
mile an hour winds. So they say that this fire is like a blowtorch, because all these like LA people that are in our sphere are like, I'm gonna go get an Instagram of the fire and I'm gonna put it online and I'm gonna be viral. Like there's literally people like making selfie videos. Like
There's
there's the
people
fire.
in Palestine doing that. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like,
Good
yeah, there are
God.
people. I didn't
Did
mean to
you
laugh
see
that hard
during
at
like
that.
the BLM marches and everything that
Yeah.
there were influencers that were like, I saw with my very own eyes up at Columbus Circle, there was a woman that asked a guy to borrow a sign. She held it up. She was so hot like this, got
Yeah.
pictures, and then gave the guy sign back and left.
Oh wow,
dude, at the bathhouse, there was a girl taking a picture of herself, and we were all like, I'm gonna punch this bitch. It was taking her like 15 minutes.
Have you ever seen Eastern Promises, the fight scene with Viggo Mortensen in the bathhouse?
No, but
He's
it's,
naked
Dude,
the whole
I
time.
love that movie.
I watched it the other night. It's so
It's
good.
really good.
Good God.
does he have a decent piece in it?
It's okay.
It's
You know what I
okay.
resent you for? Thinking Mr. Nobody is a good movie.
You mean Nobody with Bob
I think
Odenkirk?
it's Mr. Nobody.
It's not Mr. Nobody, and I'll bet you all the money in my new wallet that it's true.
I think there is a Mr. Nobody, but I think that's Jared Leto.
Okay.
If I remember,
It's called
correctly.
Nobody.
Oh, I have seen Mr. Nobody too. Also bad.
Nobody is a good movie. Bob Odenkirk.
It's not.
Wait,
It's
can I
like-
tell you when
RZA.
Israel Palestine saved my Comedy Cellar career?
Yep.
I was going. This was like right at the start of my divorce, and I was pretty drunk, and I'm in the lounge, right? And it was the worst crowd. They Simeon Goodson was the host, and they gave him nothing.
best host in the game?
He's really great, and they gave him nothing. I go up, and they're giving me nothing. I'm bombing.
Dude, you know, okay, go
No,
on.
I'm bombing my dick off, and like I was like, it was a set that was so bad, not for any terrible reasons, but was so bad that in my head I'm like, I'm gonna be unpassed now. I've been passed here for years, and this set is gonna get me unpassed. And this gal stands up, and she's like a fucking white, and she stands up and she goes, "Free Palestine!" in the middle of my bomb, and I go, "What the fuck?"
Did this bomb make you think of Palestine?
Yeah, exactly. I wish I would have said that, but instead I go, what the fuck? I go, I'm having the worst set of my life, and then you made it worse. I'm like, and I go, by the way, I go, I don't know what to do about that situation, but I go, neither do fucking you. And I go, how are you involved? I go, are you Palestinian? Are you Israeli? And she goes, no, I go to Columbia University, and a lot's been going on there. And I go, well, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
And I called her a word that I've never said on stage.
Say it.
I go,
cunt.
you're a cunt.
Yeah.
I go, you're a cunt. I go, do you think that the people being blown up in Israel, like in Gaza, are going, oh my God, I'm so happy that Hunter is marching at Columbia University. I go, and by the way, you don't go there because you care. And she goes, I do care. I go, no, you go there because afterward Kyle fingers you, and he's Jewish or he's Palestinian or he's whatever. And she like got so mad, and she like stormed out and whatever. And I called her several more times.
Yes.
And I was like, and by the way, I stand with Israel. And like, I just said that like as she was walking out, cause she was like, free Palestine. Dude, to be honest, it's a nuanced situation. It's fucking horrible. But like, have you ever just been so mad at somebody that you're like, I'm just gonna say this?
Oh yeah,
of course.
This is my one last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, but after that, I was like, oh, I'm definitely unpassed from the cellar. I go.
What?
Around,
It's Noam.
But I go around the corner, and Noam and Esty are there, and I was like, oh God, and they're like, we heard you stuck up for we heard you stuck up for Israel, and I was like, yes, I did. And I was like, it's just something that I believe in so much that I could not tolerate anyone speaking out for Palestine.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, like I said, it's way more nuanced, and I'm like, I don't want anybody listening to this to think that I'm taking a position. I want you to understand.
Trust me,
It was a career move
we've
only.
taken both positions, every other position, the worst positions.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how many Ubers I ride in where like they're talking about it and they're like, oh, it's just a tragedy, and I'm just trying to guess which side, and whichever side I'm going to argue.
Funny. I totally agree. Every time you get in and they're like, well, the immigrants, and I'm like, are good, and they're like,
dude, this Chinese guy picked me up the other day. He was like, weather's bad, and I was like, yeah, and he goes, Trump gonna fix everything, and I was like, let's go, brother. And I was just like egging him on, you know. I was like, what else?
I met a girl
just
at the
not
dog
believing
park.
anything, just wanting the craziness to come out.
I met a girl at the dog park that works at the new school, and she was like, I'm just like really exhausted from the Palestine stuff. And I was like, oh, why? And she's like, well,
Because it's all self-imposed,
she
and
was
I
like,
need a personality.
because all of us did a protest where we slept over at the school. And I was like, so you're saying that you feel bad because you had a little bit too long of a slumber party?
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
So you had a sock hop?
Yeah.
And then we ran out of popcorn.
Yeah, I was like, did your little brown hand get burned
and
off?
I spilled bug juice in my sweeping bag.
I had a crying fit on stage last night where I was literally had mascara running down my face. I was laughing so hard.
Like a laughing, crying?
Because there was a German woman in the front row, and she was just like staring at me the whole time, not breaking at all, was just like arms crossed, until finally I was like, hey, what's going on with you? And she was like, I am German. And then I did this whole act out about having loose skin on my belly before I got it removed, and like was doing this whole thing, like using my hoodie. And then I was like, this is like the perfect depiction of American woman versus German. She's just like beautiful with baby bangs being like, fuck you, pig. And I'm being like, and then it was slapping. It was so, and then we were all cracking up because I was like going so over the top to try and break her. She did not break once. I got her boyfriend. She did not break once.
Oh, that's great.
It was, I was like
Nice.
writhing in her face.
I love
I think
that
I
you got
saw
your
that when I was
boyfriend.
leaving. You were at the bar, right?
No,
Was
that
it-
was
oh,
that was
wasn't?
the
Oh, okay.
Dougal.
Oh, because I saw.
It was,
I saw
you
on
would
the
have
bar.
known because I was like literally, I was like crying.
Was that the 9:30 show?
Yeah.
Because I did that one because I was running around doing my Tonight Show set, and I remember that lady.
You're
Are you
not
doing
doing
the Tonight Show again? Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Jinx, you owe me 2 Cokes.
Yo,
Dude,
what is going
fuck
on?
you.
Hey, we would love. We have a clean
Michael
five.
Cox, please.
Michael Cox, stop
I know
with
I
his Cox.
Bombed
Okay,
in front of you a couple months
just
ago.
have some diversity.
But
okay,
I can do it, man.
It's crazy. Anyway,
Hey,
that's
dude,
great
I
for
swear
you.
to God.
Really
Hey,
big
Michael,
stuff.
these 2 are my favorite comedians. Will you please book them?
Yeah,
I swear to God, dude.
Jesus.
He showed up
He's done it
early
like 16
to
times.
see Nathan McIntosh, and I was going up first, and Nathan was like later in the lineup. I was like, "Oh, are you hanging out?" He goes, "Yeah, I figured I'd watch a show." I'm like, "All right." I went to the bathroom, looked myself in the mirror, was like, "Dude, show him what you got. You can do it. You deserve it." I went on stage, and the first joke like bombed, and I go, "You know what? Fuck you, people, and fuck this. I'm gonna do something I'm not gonna do. I'm trying to impress fucking Michael Cox in the back. Oh, let me do the Tonight Show. I can do clean. I'm not a clean comic, and that's fine. And every single one of you can suck my fucking cock. Yeah.
That's
And I go, and speaking of sucking cock, I do that too, and that's who I am. And I'm not gonna change myself so that I can get on fucking TV
Wait, I
and
just
have
have to
20 people watch it. Fuck you.
I
And
just have
then-
to say,
Dude.
I, on the other hand, am perfectly level-headed.
Well, I went up to him afterwards. I was like, dude, I blew it. He goes, that was the funniest thing I've ever
Oh,
seen.
good.
And I was like, cool. Goodbye. And I didn't want to like talk anymore.
I guarantee he loved that because Michael.
I lost my
Michael
mind.
also will never say anything that he doesn't mean. And like if he walked up and was like, "Dude, I loved that," I guarantee he loved that, and he's gonna look at you and he's gonna look at your real set because he thought that was
every
so funny.
time I try to go clean and do a like, here's what you want. I hate myself
Yeah.
and I just eat shit.
It's called
Yeah.
writing good jokes.
You're such a fucking cunt. Oh, I was on stage. I was like, my fat is sticking. Blah 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 blah. You fucking.
You just said
asshole.
exactly what I said again.
Yeah, that wasn't a good. That wasn't writing good jokes.
Wait, can
no,
I ask you a
no, that's a
question
very good joke.
to Ethan, right?
Fuck you.
I'm just saying, if
How-
you hate
how,
doing clean, just write clean jokes you enjoy doing.
I know, but
I don't have them. I don't have clean jokes I like doing.
That's what I'm saying. I only want to do what I enjoy, and I fucking have a clean set, and it'll blow
Right,
you
but
out of the water. You fucking
but the reason why
Raggedy
you-
Andy bitch.
The reason
Go ahead,
that
talk.
is not an insult, and you say it to me all the time. Raggedy Andy is not an insult.
Isn't Raggedy
it
Ann
would be
bad?
Raggedy Ann, but Raggedy Ann was a redhead.
It's also
Yeah,
just
but
like
Raggedy
a doll.
Andy's like a ugly doll.
Well, Raggedy Ann
she's
and
a
Andy
sweet,
were
sweet doll that
they were
people
really
love.
Well,
cute.
you are a sweet, sweet doll, and I'm just acting
Listen,
out because you were
I'm
mean to
giving
me.
I'm giving you advice.
I didn't ask for
Well,
advice.
if you
I
don't
am a
like,
good joke
if you
writer.
don't like, you are a good joke writer. But if you don't like your clean jokes, that means they're not. You don't like telling them,
I don't.
which means they're probably bad. I feel that way.
No, that's you putting your fucking stink on it. They're not fucking bad.
Well, I don't like when I write clean jokes. They're usually bad.
I don't try to backdoor your way into making me feel bad about taking umbrage with what you just said.
Okay, fine. Want me to do what you always do? Hey, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh God.
I've never felt more like I'm playing a therapist in an improv scene in my life.
Yeah.
This
Yes,
just feels so like
improv.
and expand on this. Expand on your Raggedy Andy, Ann.
Well,
Um,
what if we
Always
do?
says that like it's an insult.
What if we do a challenge where we both challenge each other to go clean sets and have a race to see who gets on tonight's show first? 1, 2, 3, go.
Fine.
All right, we're gonna send this clip. We're gonna send this clip to Michael Cox, and I'm gonna go. Just so
No.
you know, there's 2 people that are competing for this, and there's a contest that you didn't create, Michael, that they are gonna win.
Wait,
Yeah.
the problem is I
Hopefully.
hate late night. Like I did it and I don't like it.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm being disingenuous to myself.
It makes me feel
because
like I'm being disrespected.
doing something that they want that I
Yeah.
don't want, and I'm curbing my act into something that'll fit this thing that I don't belong in anyway.
I did it and I didn't curb my act, but I had to do Corden.
But
to
you
do it.
also did Corden, and that's
Right.
way more lenient.
But
Yeah, Corden. The Tonight Show is so it's like so clean now
Yeah,
that
it's like so sterile.
Like
but you're good. No, God,
I can do
was
no,
about
I
to
can
say,
do
you're
I can
good
do that. but-
sterile.
I can do
he's
that.
really
but
good sterile.
You're good sterile.
Brian
Dude,
Regan, one of my favorite comics, sterile as hell.
Yeah. You're like fucking Clorox.
being sterile? You know when you're sterile and people are like, "You're sterile."
That's exactly.
Regan.
Oh, I'm sterile. Look at me. I'm stupid and
Sterile,
sterile.
man.
Yeah. Wait, But yeah, you do write clean, but then you do dirty by night.
I make sure that I write enough jokes like per year that I can do 5 minutes. But now, so my ex-wife actually had a really good idea. She was like, she noticed that the people that came up to my
She had
show,
a really good idea.
She had a really good idea. Marrying me was not one of them, but she had a really good idea that she's like, dude, because we'd be at the merch table and people would come up and they'd be like, I watched the Tonight Show and I don't normally laugh ever, but I laughed once at your thing. And because she was just noticing that my crowds sucked. Like my crowds fucking sucked because they were all people that liked clean comedy.
Yeah.
And she's like, Pete, you are not like, you don't necessarily like to do clean comedy. So she's like, a lot of the stuff that you post online, your crowd work, your whatever, she's like, it should include some swears, be dirty, be edgy. And I started noticing that I was losing followers. And for a while I was getting less people coming to my shows, but now it's built back up and I'm selling out shows and it's all fun people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like my whole goal of the last year was to get rid of the not fun people. I like clean comedy.
Yeah.
And by the way, I love Nate Bargatze. I went to his special taping, his Netflix one. It's fucking brilliant. It's so awesome. But I just saw a clip of him where Kevin Hart was trying to get him to say the F word. And he's like, I don't curse. And in my head, I was like, lame.
Yeah.
Like,
I
love
but his
that
nickname
guy.
was Red State Nate back when he lived in New York. Like,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
was like,
And that guy partied.
Such a cussy guy.
He was a I honestly don't know if I've ever heard him cuss, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want people coming to my show that are like, I like that he doesn't cuss.
Yeah.
But on the Tonight Show, like the set that I'm doing, it's difficult right now because tonight I'm going to run around and I'm going to do 9 shows and I'm going to run it. And
9.
I think
Nine.
9. I think I'm doing
When are you
9
taping
shows.
it?
9 shows. Like the lady in the front row. Last night.
9.
Yeah, 9.
When are you taping it?
Thursday. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just gonna try to do as many sets as I can and try to like hit as many stages as I can. But it's wild because like last night I went up at the Fat Black Bar and they had seen a long show, a really good show. And then Louis went up for like a half an hour to run all of his stuff. And he was like, I'm at the end. This is the end of the night. I don't have to, whatever. Yeah. And then they were like, do you want to go up there for Louis? I'm like, yes, absolutely. Because my set had been going really well and I wanted to expose all the cracks in it so I could fix them.
Yep.
And so today I had to do like a lot of soldering with the set because it went well after Louis. And then after I got off, I went and talked to Louis and he's like, man, that was really cool that you wanted to run your set after my long half an hour. And I go, yeah. I wanted it to go up and bomb as hard as it could.
And then you can get
the
comfortable with the uncomfortability of it.
I sweat through my, last night Louis was there and I was like, Louis, I'm really running like the weakest part of my hour right now to get it good. Please don't watch. He got up, stood in the back of the room and I did the whole thing. I almost pivoted, but I did not.
I had to
he was
follow
very
him
proud.
last
He was very
night.
happy.
Yeah.
And I was so like nervous and I so desperately wanted him to be in the room and be like, good job. Yeah, good
Stood in the
job.
back of the bar and it was so nice. And then after, dude, I was very happy. Beanie and Chubby's January 13
No. Just read the top.
Beanie and Chubby's
No. Underneath.
Start with their everywhere
Above.
personal endorsement.
That's below. Above. You got
you got a lot of cash from grandma this Christmas, right? Fulfill your wish list and treat yourself to Chubbies. Start with their designer everywhere pants. They're designed for every occasion, wherever you're headed into office or kicking back on the weekend.
They're great. Usually I just wear jeans everywhere, but the Chubbies everywhere pants is the new everywhere that I wear pants.
Add on their Chubbies ultimate training shorts. What? Is this for babies? For those active days when you poop in your pants. With split side seams and an extended liner. Every detail is perfection.
Chubbies is here to help you take on 2025 in style, starting with the comfiest, most versatile gear you've ever worn.
I don't think comfiest is
Comfiest.
Okay.
For a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving listeners 20% off with the promo code FIENDCLUB, FIENDCLUB at chubbyshorts.com.
That's 20% off your first order with the promo code FIENDCLUB, FIENDCLUB. Support our show and tell them we sent you. No matter where the New Year's takes you, Chubbies has the gear to keep you comfortable and looking your best.
Oh.
Right. We're looking to be a little harder, better, faster, stronger. This year, that's where BlueChew comes in. BlueChew helps give men longer lasting, stronger erection selections. So your sex life can be top notch using the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but you can pretend that you're young and it's not a thing about age, but it's just you're anxious. But at fraction of the cost in chewable form, get ready to flip your sex life upside down.
Sometimes it is about being anxious, okay?
Yeah.
Because sometimes
That's what I'm saying.
you're so hot, we like you so much, we want to perform well, we get in our head, and sometimes you can't do the job that needs to get done. So why not pop a BlueChew and make
Ian
her
has
feel
a million
like you're
and
the
uses
one?
them every time he has sex.
It makes me
To
fuck
get
like a
started,
porn star. It's
it's-
amazing. It's great.
Not what
You wish you could get dicked down
to
by
get
a fucking
started,
BlueChew
just sign
dick.
up at BlueChew.com.
If you're with a
Consult-
woman like Jordan, and no matter how much you hope, pray, and wish you could get hard, BlueChew will get you to where you gotta be.
Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll get your prescription quick. You won't come quick; you'll get your prescription quick.
Takes a while to come.
It's it's all done online, and your nervous laugh of like, is that funny or bad? It's all done online from the comfort of your own home. BlueChew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com.
And we've got a special deal for listeners. Try BlueChew free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout when you visit BlueChew.com.
That's
BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank BlueChew for sponsoring Bein Ian with Jordan. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I really like him, and yeah, he's been so nice to me. It was like right after he got canceled, he came to he was just on the road and I was on the road, and then my show got done and he like brought me pizza. He's like, hey, I got you a pizza and we can eat pizza together. And I had another.
And you
show
open it and his cock is sticking out of the middle. Big
it's my
sausage
dick in a box.
pizza.
And he's stroking it and blocking the door or whatever. But which, by the way, it was so funny how people like took part of Matt Lauer's story and made it part of Louis'. Like he
Yeah.
never blocked the door.
Oh yeah,
He
no.
never blocked the door.
Yeah.
I hate people. I hate how people will just like say lies that are detrimental to people.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah.
With no remorse.
But yeah, I said to him, I go, hey, do you want to go up on the next show? And by the way, I didn't really know that he was there until like I was selling merch, and people were like, was Louis C.K. just sitting and watching your show? And I was like, was he? I'm like, oh, that's fun. I'm like, I knew he was in town. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'm gonna get to see him tonight. And people were like, what? Like half the people were just like traumatized because like what he did was just a link to their trauma, right?
Mhm.
And then
And you have those clean people,
the clean
Yeah.
people. And
But also what he did got so bastardized into then people saying it was assault and rape, and people were like, it's a workplace hazard to have him in a comedy club. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that's not a workplace. Do you really think someone's gonna like whip their cock out in agreement? Shut the fuck up. My dad got crushed by a train at work. That's a
There were
workplace
protesters
hazard.
outside a show, and I walked up to him and I was like, what do you want from him? Like, what would be
Yeah.
ideal? And they're like, an apology. And I was like, okay, he gave that. And they're like, well, and I was like, just think about what is that you must, if you're protesting, there must be something that you want from him.
Yeah.
yep.
And they
Dude,
were
wasn't
like,
it Sarah Silverman or her sister that was like, yeah, I went on the road with him. He does jerk off. He asked me and said, you can be in the room or you can leave, but I'm going to jerk off. And there were some days I was in the room.
Yeah.
Some days I left. It was totally respectful. Totally. And then that story got fucking buried.
I think it was Sarah herself
It
said,
was
yeah,
Sarah,
he's
yeah.
jerked off in
Was
front
it?
of me.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
They were really good friends. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like I think she was like, yeah, okay. And but the protesters, I was doing this week at the Comedy Cellar, and they were like, who could interview one of these protesters and not just shit all over her?
Mhm.
And they're like, Pete Lee would do it.
Oh,
And so I had to sit down and interview this protester. It never aired, but the weirdest thing was that like I'd seen Louis all week, and I wanted to go, hey Louis, I got to go do this thing. I feel like I'm betraying our friendship
Right.
because like a long time ago, back when he was still doing the clubs, I opened for him, and like he was really kind to me. He gave me some of the best comedy advice that I've ever. He told me to go study at the UCB. I did all the levels of sketch and improv because he told me to.
Whoa.
Because if you look at his stand-up, he's not just doing stand-up. He's doing a one-man sketch. He's almost doing a one-man Herald, and the last punchline always rolls into the next thing, and it's beautiful. But anyway, so I interviewed this protester, and the next night I was talking to him, and he's like, he goes, well, what was the big thing? What did she want? And I go, well, she wanted you to not do comedy ever. She wanted you to just completely abandon your purpose in life, because
and then that happens, and they go, okay, on to the next thing. It has no consequence in their own life.
Yeah.
It's just this puritanical fucking power grab where they want the power.
It's
and
also
it's
like
so
three
disgusting.
people. I mean, it's crazy.
It was three people.
I have so many female friends, and when I opened for him, it was like 1 in 200 would be like people that I met would be like, oh wow, how do you feel about that? And that was the it was like and they've organized
something happened years ago that like opened my eyes to all this and just how fleeting it is and how it's just such a fucking almost like a grab for community because people still feel so like lost and they just want something to like make them feel as if they have some form of control for one fleeting moment in their life. I was in Seattle. I was staying at my friend Sloan's place, and there was a Native American tapestry on the wall framed, and I was standing there and I was looking at it, and there was this like party girl at the house named Paige, and she came up and she was like,
how do you remember her name?
That's you know me, I have a weird memory, and she was like, that's so fucking terrible that they're appropriating and exploiting this. I go,
it's literally Native American art in a frame.
I go, actually, I think it's nice. It's
they're commemorating it,
commemorating culture and a people that have been, genocidally taken out of our country. And I think it's beautiful. And I'm sitting here celebrating it and seeing how beautiful it is. And she goes,
you're right. We should throw it in a storage facility.
I swear
and let
to
it
God.
rot.
She goes, yeah, I guess you're right. Whatever. Do you want to go do coke in the bathroom? And I was like, that was just an entry point to talk.
Yeah.
And she was taking a swing, trying to like build some sort of thing based off of a mutual hatred. And when you don't bite, they're like, yeah, it doesn't even matter. Let's just go do
what's the
something
funniest
else.
thing about opening for Louis is people would go like this. Girls would be like, I'd be like, yeah, I opened for Louis. And they go, oh, so that's like, and I'd be like, what?
What do you?
Like, well, that's like, and they're waiting for me to make a decision so they can side with me.
Yeah,
you know?
You're like, do you want me to finish your sentence about your opinions?
Yeah.
That's how fragile their opinions are.
Yeah.
Is that they won't even just say them to you.
Well, dude, I told you about that Punisher that showed up at the Improv, and I thought was like your assistant, that like big black girl.
Can you hear this in the thing? Because it is really satisfying.
Satisfy yourself.
Thank you.
And I swear to God, dude, I was at the store and I was wearing my friend's band shirt, this band Nothing, shout out Nikki. And there's a Kool-Aid Man on it, and it's purple, and it's like it's a rip off of this band Power Trip. It's their original shirt, right? And so I am sitting around, and she comes up and she goes, wow, I low-key feel like your shirt's racist. And I go, why? And she goes, because it's a Kool-Aid Man full of purple drink. And I go, oh.
Full of Kool-Aid?
Yeah. And I go, oh, hey, did you think it was racist? Someone goes, no. I go, did you? They go, no. I go, did you? And they go, no. And I go, I think there's something inside of you that wanted it to be racist because that gives you something to talk about and a personality. And she goes, what? And I go, plus, I'm racist. And she was like, and I was like, see you later.
Dude, there was a guy back when I lived in Arizona. There's this guy in the condo above us that he was a Jewish man, but he also was cooking meth.
We love it, SD. Yeah. Thanks for all the spots this week.
Yeah, we love you. We love Israel. This man was a Jewish man. He also had a meth lab above my condo, which, by the way,
very dangerous.
Yeah, very, very, very dangerous. There was a meth bubble that came down above our shower
what?
because he was dumping it into the bathtub, and the meth juice ate away at the pipes. And there was a meth bubble that we ended up having to have meth cleaners come up and do this.
Meth
Nuh-uh.
cleaners?
Yeah, so
There's meth cleaners.
there's literally cleaning services where you have to go. They're meth people, or not meth people, but meth cleaners. In Arizona, it's big business.
This
So-
was in Arizona.
This is in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Breaking Bad.
This is part of my dark cloud. But anyway,
It's just a meth bubble.
so I hear him beating his girlfriend upstairs.
the dark cloud is a
and,
meth.
and you know that I can't wait to fight, right?
Yeah.
So I basically like I don't kick down his door, but like I just go upstairs and I go in there, and everybody in our HOA is like, you better not go in there, you might be in danger. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Mhm.
And I come into his house, and he had just put his girlfriend's head through the door.
Shut the
She's
fuck
bleeding.
up.
She's got whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass. And he goes, you're anti-Semitic, and I go, oh, you bet I am.
Yeah.
And I just kept walking towards him. I'm not anti-Semitic, by the way, but that is one of the funniest things to say to somebody
so
that
funny.
thinks that that's gonna be a Trump
yeah.
card.
Head through wall with meth lab leaking into
And he's
your
worried
apartment.
about
It's-
anti-Semitism.
So
Insane.
I
Did
didn't
you
even
kill
hurt
him?
him, but I pulled him outside. I literally like he was so frail because of the meth, and yeah, that I literally like grabbed both of his wrists and just dragged him outside, and then I called the cops. I'm like stuffing his face into the dirt, calling the cops. Cops come, they interview the girl. We get him thrown in prison for the meth and the girl's face. And then we bought his condo. And so if you ever want to get bargain basement real estate, find a meth lab, get the person thrown into jail, physically throw them out of their house, and then buy it for nothing, and then have the meth cleaners come in.
I would love to plant meth labs on people and
plant a
places
meth
I
lab?
want. What are you looking at?
The lava lamp has tiny bubbles today.
It has tiny bubbles.
Oh,
What's
that
that all
bubble's
about?
just a little tiny.
Wait,
Don't worry, they're going to get bigger bubbles.
wait. You went in, dragged a man out, had his face in the thing.
Yeah.
And did your wife see it?
She came out, and but everybody
How
like
do you get divorced when women are seeing you be so
the
alpha?
I can't get into
I
details.
can't imagine you rubbing someone in the dirt and
He
be like,
stopped
oh
it.
boy, you're
He-
in trouble
He told a
now.
story last night where he grabbed somebody's hand and just used what's it called?
It's called Hapkido.
Hapkido.
I'm
Steven Seagal's type thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I watched Out for Justice yesterday. It was
I love
fucking
that. I love how
amazing.
many times she's gone, wait, Ian, wait.
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
No, it's just a whole martial art of breaking wrists.
You know
and drugs.
Hapkido?
Yeah, I'm a black belt in it. Yeah.
Black belt
Nuh-uh.
and Hapkido.
Hapkido me.
Don't hurt him.
Don't hurt me. Other hand, my shoulder's messed up.
Okay.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
this
Here,
is,
I'm gonna put my girlfriend through a wall.
there.
You're not good at this.
Yeah.
Well, I have a microphone.
Oh God! Sorry. Hapkido.
The whole object of Hapkido is to get someone to spill coffee on a
caught your
horn.
leg.
You nailed it. You caught my
I did.
leg.
I did. I caught it with my mic leg. But that
Can I feel it a little? Just a little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
by the way,
that sucks.
Did I
Here.
hurt your wrist?
Hapkido. Hapki.
Let me do it.
It only works if
Oh,
you.
hop.
It only
It's
works
hard
if you
to
say
do.
Hapkido.
Yeah.
It only works. But
Oh,
yeah,
there's a spider. Hapkido.
because ow.
you literally like if you do it too hard, like Ian, yours like I initially did it like gently because like you can really break wrist bones really fast. And
So
you
how
can-
do you make it that they flip? Because he
well,
makes Steven
That's
Seagal
what
makes
you have to
people
say it.
flip.
Well, that's like I mean, technically that would involve a little. Like,
Oh, do we have a napkin?
It would involve a stunt man because it's not real. It's
Well,
a
it would.
movie.
Yeah, it
dingus.
also it would involve a guy using his calves when you don't see it
Yeah.
to jump. But no, Ian, I'm like
That's so cool.
like you provided resistance, which a lot of people do. Like if they go show me and I lightly go like this, and then all of a sudden you're like this, and then you tried kicking me, and I was like, yeah, and caught your leg. And then I was like, all right, let's just set him down on the couch. And was that hole in your jeans before our interaction? Did you have a nut hole? Before did I nut hole your jeans?
No, it was
with,
already-
with my with my martial arts.
You didn't Hapkido the hole?
No,
No, they're like that. And I just rode my bike all day yesterday.
we
and
did
it
knock
made it
down
worse.
my stalker's mom. Oh boy, I'm gonna die.
Wait, how did he first start stalking you? That was my question, and Ian probably.
Oh,
interrupted.
Annie Letterman was involved. I was sitting by the pool.
This is your stalker's mom. Oh, my son's a failure. Come fight me through Pete.
Oh, he's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he. So Annie Letterman and my ex were at the pool, and he skateboards by wearing it's the middle of summer, rainbow Speedo and snowboarding goggles, and Annie is like, come over and talk to us, and I was like,
Yeah.
and then he's like, whoa, he's like, I'm a fan of yours, Annie, and then he's like, whoa, you're Pete Lee, I'm a fan of yours. So imagine that he's only stalked women, he's only hurt women, and then he sees a guy that like my persona is like, I'm the nicest guy, which by the way, like one of the ways that I am the nicest guy is I'm not afraid of people.
Yeah.
Like, I literally can walk over and just be like, yeah, let's be friends. And
you could smell the Hapkido on you.
well, like I think it's
You're on the
just,
Hapkido diet.
I'm not going up to other men going, I'm afraid. I'm like, hey buddy, how's it going?
Yeah.
And
That's the way it should be.
yeah, yeah, and I kill him with kindness and whatever. And but anyway, so like,
May I just stop real quick?
Yes.
Thank you for not blowing that in my face.
Well, it was a deep one.
You usually do.
was that a burp? Oh,
She usually coughs and burps on me.
oh,
Like this.
Hapkido.
No.
all I want is
Hapkido.
all I want is for something that we've done to end up being a clip, because every time a clip comes up of you guys on Instagram, I just fucking love it. There's so much energy to this podcast. I love the dynamic between you two.
Yeah.
I love that this is like the couch, like the couples on the couch with Harry Met Sally, you know, except for you guys are abusive.
Yeah.
And you're not a couple. And I love it. I love you guys.
Okay, wait. Can he go back to telling his story, or did you want to say more stuff? Okay.
I would like to say.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll play you a tune while you do it.
What?
So you were by the pool. Just here's
Yeah,
what
and then-
I do when I need to
and then-
focus. Hold on, rub it, touch it,
Yeah.
feel its ears, feel its tail while you listen. Give it a shot.
Look at how
Go.
he's triggered after that.
He can't listen to longer than 30 seconds because
Okay.
of the ADHD.
Anyway, so then Annie was like, "No, come in and hang out with us." And I'm like, "Annie, don't." I'm like, I have to live here, and I could sense the weirdo vibes, and like the New Yorker in me, which she lived in New York for a long time, and she's like, "Yeah, I sense the weirdo vibes too, and I wanted to make this weird for you." And I was like, "Fuck you, Annie." And then he started like leaving me gifts. He started like at one point he put a gun scope in my mailbox, which is actually
Really expensive.
And then he sent me, it's very expensive, but it's also like a federal crime to leave a gun part in somebody's mailbox.
What was his reasoning behind that gift?
He was sending me over 100 Instagram messages a day, and it would be like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. You're like, I just feel like we're kindred spirits, we're friends, blah, blah, blah. And I never responded to any
I
of them.
get some.
And then,
of those.
and then it would be like, why aren't you responding? I hate you, fuck you,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, check your mailbox, motherfucker. And then it was like gun
Oh.
scope. And I was like, okay, we're going to start the restraining order process. And I started it out.
It'd be hard to
by-
shoot you without that scope, though. Tell you what.
Yeah, I started out. Yeah. I don't have the scope, which sucks, because now that I own guns, I'm like, oh, that's a really nice scope.
Really?
By
You
the
own
way-
guns?
Huh? Oh yeah,
I love guns.
dude. I love guns too.
They're the best. They're so fun.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
scared of them.
They're.
I
yeah.
wish we could own. You can own them
You're
in New
scared of
York,
them?
but then you can't
Scared.
use them. You can't carry in public, on the subway, in bars, at sporting events, in anywhere you could get assaulted. They're like, no.
No.
That's
No.
good. We shouldn't have guns around.
You're
It's-
Only for hunting. Deer.
grossly misinformed. Go
yeah.
ahead.
But yeah, so
No
then
jail, no guns.
I started the restraining order process. That's when things really popped off, and then things got bad.
Why? Because he
And-
was like, now you really pissed me
Yeah,
off.
because he went from
Isn't
people-
it crazy that
people like-
restraining orders almost do more harm than good because there's no consequence if you break it? It's almost like,
Yeah.
don't do that again, buddy.
Yeah, because blah, blah, blah. But now he knows that breaking it is going to be really bad for him, which is good.
So do you
And-
kind of want him to break it?
No.
Why don't you give your dates?
Yeah, if you want to break your, come to Dayton, Ohio, the Funny Bone next weekend. The weekend after that, come to Naples, Florida, to Off the Hook Comedy.
Oh boy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That place is a dark cloud.
Oh, boy.
Great staff. Good guys.
Great staff. Love
I got
Captain Brian.
T-Bone down there.
Yeah, you did get into a horrendous car crash that wasn't nearly as bad
Oh,
as you
damn,
said it
right.
was. But
That's my neck brace over there, by the way.
Oh shit.
he didn't
Yeah.
need it.
Oh, did you wear it for the podcast?
Aesthetics only.
Did you like just tilt his neck a little bit, a bunch?
Oh, no. What she did was she brought a guy who was in a horrific car crash, a burn victim, to show me. Now that's what a real car crash victim
I
was.
had
This
to-
burn
the
victim
pod.
was sitting here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Very funny comedian.
Keegan
Shout out,
Tyndall,
Keegan
shout
Tyndall.
out.
Ian, I want to know this because this is like a beautiful set that you've built in
Thank
your basement. Are there any B and Ian with Jordan fans that come that they're like,
No.
I want to fuck you on set, and like, have you done weird shit right here?
Yes, but I haven't.
Okay.
And I won't. I don't want to disrupt the sanctity of this couch. I had anal here once.
Oh
No, I'm kidding.
wait, you or somebody
My
else?
puppy
Twice.
sits here.
Twice. No, just kidding.
Which part were you? Because I know you go both ways. I didn't know if it was like I got butt fucked on this.
I
couch.
you the
fucked
butt part
here.
or the
I got
penis
fucked
part?
there.
Okay, so there's diversity.
And I 69'd where little Ethan sits.
That's the top couch. This is the bottom couch.
Yeah. No, I've never done that down here. Please. I would not disrupt the sanctity of our space.
This set is really great. This is what I want to build in my house if it doesn't burn down.
Thank you.
He did it in his divorce.
Yeah, my ex left me, and instead of going into a massive depression, I said, I'm going to get really successful and shove it in her face so she can't go anywhere
you just
without
said I'm going to
seeing
put
me.
a lot of wood paneling up, and one thing led to the other.
True.
You didn't have big dreams. You were like, I have the sticky stuff. It goes on the walls.
Oh, this is the sticky stuff because this looks really good.
Yeah.
And it looks like I had to ask you, and I'm sitting right next to it. But
Oh, thanks.
this is absolutely tremendous. To hang stuff on the wall,
appreciate
did you use nails or you see some thumbtacks?
Thumbtack, scotch tape, you
All right.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to.
This looks like shit. What you've done over here. So you know.
I like it because it gives shout outs to friends' bands.
I like that you have the Ghostbusters pack.
Thank you.
That's great.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is a segment called "What's in the Room."
Yes. And
What
this is Jordan's
room?
little guy's corner.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
is that a Cheech?
We keep getting more stuff that we need to put up.
I got some more stuff back here.
Yeah.
This guy.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's our little guy.
I had to hide him from my dog.
And we got this over
That's
here.
a tiny
which is
motorcycle. You're gonna
shirt
wanna
I
see
got for
that.
Jordan for Christmas, but she left it in the basement. Here you go. You don't deserve it.
She disrespected. Is that the Amazon box that it came in right there? Still?
No.
No.
This is
Too much hair.
the box I used for making our stockings for Christmas.
Okay. And what is the Auto Blow Ultra?
Well, I'm glad you asked. The Auto Blow Ultra is a great blowjob machine. It's a milking machine.
It doesn't look like that. We dismembered it.
Yeah.
Does it?
It sucks
so
your
that,
dick.
That really is a dick sucking machine.
Wait, do we have the lips still?
I've
Where did
never
our lips
used
go?
Does it go electronically, or do you have to pump it? You have to hand crank it? Because I'd rather just use my
The
hand.
lips are in it? Show them the lips, the mouth. Sam Morril has a great bit about how they sponsor them, but they only gave them one, which is a really. You didn't do anything, you swear.
I've never used it.
Oh my God, those are actual
Mhm.
lips.
Mhm.
That's funny.
Jordan.
That's so funny that they're just nude colored lips. Yeah. Just hit him.
Hapkido.
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 Hit him with the throat.
Hapkido.
You just got esophagus.
Here, Jordan. You know what to do. Come on.
Yeah.
Blow into it.
Can you do a little bit of?
Yeah, we'd love to do the Tonight
Can you do
Show,
a little
Michael
bit of
Cox.
Titanic with that?
What if we did a duo act for the Tonight Show?
That'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
That would be good. They should.
I
have
think
said.
that you guys could easily come up with 2.5 minutes clean both. And I think
Oh, it's
I'd
ribbed.
wait. What?
It's ribbed.
What's ribbed?
For her pleasure.
Wait.
He's never put his penis in there. I swear.
No.
Here, hold on. Let's make it Fantasyland. Elf ears.
What could we do as a duo act? Just this kind of stuff.
yeah.
I think you guys just.
Oh,
go
it's
out
like
there
fucking a bat.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Wait, that's a
If you can make this work.
here. I'll
Ready?
yeah.
No way, because you need vibrations.
Jordan, I gotta be honest. He's never put his dick in there, and because you wanted me to put my hand in there, and then you're literally putting your mouth where the cum goes.
Deposits.
And,
I've never done it. And
you-
people like, why don't you use it? I'm like, it's disgusting
Yeah.
and it's loud and it's like,
And it looks like a woman's mouth.
yeah, there's no mustache on it.
You would have to have.
There's no stubble.
I would have to be watching porn with noise cancelers, so I didn't hear the.
Oh, yeah.
There would have to be so much electronics going on alongside of it. Yeah.
I know.
Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that
Go on.
Go on. Far across the. One time, a boy who had a crush on me left a message on my.
Could you imagine guidance counselors back when we were in school going, how do you want to make money when you're older? And you're like, I think we're going to be putting ears on a fleshlight and singing a song and monetizing it. That's funny.
As an entryway into the Tonight Show.
Yes. And this is going to be part of how I get on the Tonight Show. And your guidance counselor will be like, what's the Tonight Show going to be then? It's going to be a certain amount of people are going to watch it on TV, but most of them are going to watch it on their phones on the bus.
Yeah. And then I'd say also, fuck you, Miss Doyle, for saying I could only get into my safety schools, you dumb rickety bitch.
What's wrong with getting your safety school asking for a friend?
She was like, you shouldn't apply to these other schools. You're really going to have to concentrate on safety schools. And I got into 11 out of 13 schools I applied to. Suck my.
You're damn right.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dude, I would love a Mortal Kombat type thing of like get over here.
if you would this all right, this right here this right here is a Kristen Wiig character. This is totally like, I'm Kristen Wiig and I share a birthday August 22nd with Pee. By the way, I love you, Kristen Wiig. I rode on an airplane next to her one time on my birthday. Yeah, and I was like, it's my birthday, and she's like, it's my birthday. And this was when she was like, you know how we have friends that are cast members on SNL?
Yeah.
So we're like, this person's a cast member on SNL, and we have to tell people that.
Yeah.
And that's like the level of cast member that she was when I rode on a plane with her. And,
I just did that today at the bathhouse. We ran into Longfellow.
Oh, really?
And my
Longfellow Deeds.
Yeah.
Longfellow Deeds. I'm very proud of everybody, all my friends that are on that show. I've never had more friends on a show that I don't watch.
Oh yeah. I've never had more friends on a show that wish they weren't on a show.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a dream
God.
for everyone else. And they're like, I'm living in hell.
It's also like every episode that I do watch, I see all of my friends' jokes that they've written and that they've stolen. And so people always go to me, they're like, where can I see your comedy? I'm like, probably on SNL. I don't know.
I just saw that the other day. I saw a Louis joke snatch that he's been doing that's like a new joke. And I was like, God damn.
Yeah, it's awful how much they steal jokes and put them on that show, and there's just nothing you can do about it as a comedian.
Oh, yeah. You mean the packets?
Dude, the packets.
The
I had
packets
something
get
that was like
rough.
so clearly my thing repackaged on this show, and then it went nowhere. But you feel helpless to be like, that's mine. And they're like, well, what's the proof? Like Giannis and that's it with Marcelo.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
That was the thing of like, that was his. But
What
then
was
it's like,
it?
he had this character named Marika who was a transsexual from the Lower East Side.
Mhm.
And the catchphrase was like, that's it. And Marcelo was on and his catchphrase was, that's it. But then it's like, well, Giannis was doing this, but then it's like, well, it's also like a Dominican thing. And then like,
Is that's
you
it?
can't really prove it. But at the same time, it's like, that's what he was known for years. Like the Ted Alexandro joke and all this
Yeah.
And
fucking
then the thing that
crazy
sucks
shit.
is Marcelo probably wasn't even the one pitching it, but then Marcelo.
Oh, exactly.
got-
And Marcelo probably
was
didn't
told
even
to do
know it.
Yeah.
He was told to do it.
Exactly.
And he was
when
like, that's hilarious. And
And-
Travis is like, yeah.
Yeah, and then like once he found out about it, or if he did find out about it, who knows if he has? Like, people will be like, I don't know. But wait, Jordan, I need to talk to you about this. The Zanies wall. I did a crowd work thing. I posted it, and then it was all about how like it's stone that goes behind an oven or whatever. And so everybody's like, you stole this from Jordan. And did I? I did. I think.
Yeah.
I did, but all right. So I went on your feed because I was trying to find the stone wall behind you because I was like,
I heard about this.
I was like, I want to go look.
No,
at,
I didn't.
I was like, I want to go look in because I also wanted to see if I liked that post a long time ago, and like
Of course.
because I like a lot of your posts, and I'm being very honest.
There's
right
no way that if you have any homeowner capacity or any history of developing a kitchen that you would look at that and not go backsplash.
Backsplash.
It's literally
Yeah.
backsplash
Right.
tile.
Yeah.
And I talked to James Webb, who put it up.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's backsplash tile. You didn't steal it. It's just that's how bad it is.
It's
Yeah.
so clearly
Fucker.
It's a really bad tile, but like
We all know it's
I wanted to go see yours. But
backsplash
it's
tile.
It's back. It's back.
Anybody who's alpha knows it's backsplash.
It's back.
No, that's what it looks
It's a
like.
Harley
you
story.
know that he got that from a Home Depot. Like, but yeah,
It's
totally.
But like, I still want to go. If you can somehow send me yours, I want to see what you said because I think
couldn't find it. It's in there.
I scrolled
It's
and
deep.
I scrolled deep, but I that I fucking almost
Scrolling
anything that
in
you
the
do, like almost anything that you do, it comes up
Deepak
first.
Choi.
Because Instagram is like, is she the love of your life? Like you like everything that she does, and maybe maybe that's why I got a divorce.
We're very similar upbringings. We found.
We really do.
Yeah.
We really do. And but anyway,
This is bothering
I do
me.
want to see yours so that I can go guilty
Did you
or
shave
not
your
guilty.
legs?
Maybe I did see yours. Maybe
Crazy.
I did think back, but I also think I just got up there and I was
You
like, this is
can't look at that without thinking that.
I had
if you
just
have
remodeled
any
the house
wherewithal.
and I had looked at that tile and then I was like, oh, and
For
but
those
like,
who don't know, I will tell you, it is skinny tile like this that clicks together like this. Oh, sorry, a skinny tile
People
like
at
this
home
that
know
clicks
what
like
a
that.
backsplash is.
Yeah.
How do you not know what a backsplash is?
No, I know, but there's tile that's square. It's not even like that. It's like shower tile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
clearly
it's
a
wild.
You
shower
posted the
tile.
clip though?
I posted
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
clip.
get got for that.
Well, everybody's going Jordan Jensen. You hacked Jordan Jensen. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I've been trying to find yours to go like, all right, because it's totally possible we both made backsplash references. It's a completely different riff. And like, I just want to see yours.
Yeah,
and
but
if mine, but if mine is like exactly,
What are
the
you planning on
punchline-
doing this in your hour?
No,
Yeah,
no,
is
no.
this your
But-
Tonight Show
But
set?
it's just like, dude, there's so many dudes. I love. Here's the point behind it. I love the TSA security that are our fans that are like, I'm gonna go fucking protect.
I'm
her.
gonna go comment and say, if any of you idiots looked at this wall and didn't think of a backsplash, you are betas who have
Yeah.
never done any sort of construction in your life.
But
You
people
need to go
don't
do a workshop
understand.
class.
Like if they don't understand.
Me and Emma
parallel
Willman had the
thought.
same joke about Adderall there being a shortage, and we were like, just tell the Adderall people to take Adderall. That's like
Oh, yeah.
on the nose joke. We both took Adderall. We're insane
Yeah.
people.
But at the
Bro,
same
we went to
time,
the bathhouse today, and Emma Willman was being more of a rodent than I was, and everybody was picking on her, and it felt. I was like, this
wait,
is
what do you mean
amazing.
being more of a
Well, she
rodent?
was eating with her hands and
Eating
being
what?
a full rodent. Yeah, but I wasn't the rodent in the group for once.
Proud of you.
Well, it's because I didn't have food, but it did make me realize.
I take it back.
Yeah.
You just took it back.
I took it
That's
back.
great.
Touch black, no trade back.
But you love Metallica, right? Can I tell you Metallica? By the way, so for all the trolls,
Why did you?
He didn't even budge. What
I
the
don't
hell
care.
was that?
I'm straight as an arrow, fella. I don't even, you could be stroking my dick, not gonna get hard, fella. I don't
Wait,
need
what's your
sweets.
You say I don't need sweets.
I don't need sweets.
I don't need sweets.
I had a friend's dad. I offered him a cookie, and he goes, I don't eat sweets. I'm not gay. And I go, do you think cookies make you gay, Gary? And his name's Gary, and he's like, yeah. He goes, that's how it starts. And he also said,
Imagine.
this was 10 years ago. He threw away a plastic bottle on the regular, and I go, no, you got to put that in the recycling, Gary. And he goes, no. He goes, that's how it starts. He goes, first we're gonna be recycling. Next thing you know, everybody's gay. And then I remember like
I'm
now
so
it was
attracted
it was
to
like,
whoever that man is. I'm
Dude-
so attracted to that.
Dude, it was June, and like you know how Bank of America's logo is gay, and
Pride,
and,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Gary and I were driving through my hometown, and we drove past like the gay bank, and I was like, oh my god, Gary was right. Like we started recycling, now everybody's gay. Now
That's
everything's
so
gay.
sick.
And I was like,
I don't
dude, he
eat
fucking
sweets
called it.
is so funny.
I don't eat sweets.
I love, dude. The other day I went to a coffee shop. It said "hole for recycling, landfill." Right? Threw it in. Looked through the holes. Same trash can.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing. Can I tell my Metallica story?
Tell Metallica. I
We're
love
at
Metallica.
60 minutes, though,
We're
by
at
the way.
60.
Okay. Are we? In
No, we're
overtime?
good to go
just
for
tell
hours.
Metallica, and then
Okay.
we gotta.
So,
Lenny Marcus is coming
I was-
next.
Oh, Lenny Marcus.
We love
We
Lenny
finally
Marcus.
convinced him.
Do you guys have the happiest man in the world? And Lenny's gonna be like, why am I here?
What is
What?
this?
I don't understand.
Uh,
You got an Elfie, kill
A table,
yourself.
things on the table.
All right, one Lenny Marcus story really quick. So we're in Aruba. So I've been in Aruba a lot with
Aruba Ray?
with Lenny and my ex-wife. This is another good story about her.
XX or X?
Ex-wife. So we're in Aruba, and she was just very sarcastic. And Lenny gets in the elevator, and then this family gets on, and there's the Aruba race poster, and Lenny just hates everything. And she goes, oh, and she goes, do you guys like comedy? And they're like, yeah. And she goes, that's him, and just points to Lenny, and Lenny's like, oh. And then they were just like questions.
yeah.
And then we got off on like the next floor, and he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. It was, dude, it was
I can't
so
believe we
funny.
convinced him to do the podcast. I was
I'm
like
so
begging him to
excited.
let me start an Instagram for him.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, dude, Lenny, back in the day when they had live at Gotham,
Mhm.
they were always like, Lenny, do live at Gotham. He's like, I don't want to do a show I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to do like premium blend for like 3 years. Everybody's trying to get premium blend. He's like, why would I want to do a bad show? And I was like,
so incredible.
and I did the show, and then I was like, he's right. Like nobody watched it. It didn't matter. And anyway, yeah. So Metallica. So it's my bachelor party, and I did all the drugs, like every drug I think I did on my bachelor party. And we went to Metallica. Then we took Def Leppard loaned me their tour bus to go to Vegas.
What?
So we took all my.
The drummer from Def Leppard only has one arm.
The drummer from
Def Leppard only has one arm. Shout out Bloodhound Gang.
We go to Vegas.
Jimmy Papali, and I'm just a dumb white guy.
More drugs. We somehow I don't know how I slept a little bit. We go back to Metallica at SoFi. So it's like SoFi. Def Leppard's tour bus, Vegas, partying all day, like club, Chainsmokers, Marshmello. I was like on stage with Marshmello.
Oh, Marshmello.
He's a CAA client, so I was like, oh fucking, I got to go on stage. And so anyway, so can you go get Lenny?
Thanks,
He's here.
Yeah, don't let him wait outside for longer than 45 seconds.
A friend of mine is like a big rock and roller, and he came. I won't name names, but he came to came to SoFi to join up with my bachelor party, and my friends were like, "What the fuck?
Who? Say
I won't say names. I'll say it afterwards. I'll say it afterwards.
Oh,
anyway,
was it Hinder?
It was all of Creed. No, I'm kidding. No. So he met me with
Bruce
arms
Springsteen.
wide open. No. Wait, what?
Bruce Springsteen.
It's not Bruce Springsteen, but it's somebody that
Donald Fagen from Steely Dan.
Steely Dan himself.
It was Steely Dan.
Jeff Skunk Baxter.
So anyway, so he comes and he's like, so Pantera's on, and that's like the opening act, and he's like, hey, I think I can get you backstage to see Metallica, and I was like, fucking yeah, that's really great, like, dude, I can't wait to meet Metallica. And
my God.
He goes, oh no, he's like, you're really coked up. I was like. And he goes, wait, are you on cocaine? And I go, I am cocaine. And that's what I said.
Wow.
And I was cranked. It was my bachelor party.
Did you meet him?
No. So Metallica has a sober backstage because half of them are sober, half of them aren't. Yeah. But they can't let me back there if I am cocaine, right?
See, drugs are bad.
And so I was, my friend thought that he was going to bum me out. And I was just like, dude, that's the coolest thing in the world. And he's like, why are you happy that you can't meet Metallica? I was like, do you know what like a nice guy reputation I have? Like, I am too on cocaine to meet Metallica.
Yeah.
That's like being like, you're too evil to meet the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was too coked up to meet Metallica.
That's awesome.
Great.
Yeah. And by the way, I
awesome.
just want to be clear. I've done cocaine. I don't do cocaine. I'm going to do it again.
Could we all, could you not do cocaine and we can meet Metallica? I love Metallica.
We have that person who wants us to go.
Oh yeah, but we have to go to like Chicago and stay with them.
What?
Oh, that's
I told
funny.
him we'd do it if we meet Metallica. No, I'm kidding.
That's such a Seinfeld reason to not meet Metallica. Like, yeah, we want to meet Metallica, but we got to stay with Greg.
But what if they have those weird things over their tissues that are like those boxes? I hate those.
Oh, macrame?
No, you know the boxes that people put over their tissue boxes?
Oh,
yeah,
they do that in hotels.
Oh, I hate that.
Why?
Why would you need to cover a box? It's already in a box.
Yeah.
It's already a box in the
Because
box.
when you pull it, the box under the box hits the box on top, so that they
kind of
come
like the
out
plastic
easier.
that protects the box that's already
But
on the box.
sometimes the plastic is not working.
It's for decoration
because
for people
too
from Long
many
Island.
People have used it to
I have
crank
to
it
pee.
out.
There's a box on top of the box.
Shit, he doesn't know anything about that. Only Cox on Cox. Shout out Michael Cox. Please have us on.
Michael Cox, see you soon. Let's do plugs. What do you got? Don't tell specifics because of your stalker. Pete Lee's around.
I'm gonna be at home unless it burns down. Then the 17th and 18th, I'm gonna be of January. I'm gonna be at the Dayton Funny Bone. I'm gonna be at the Off the Hook Comedy Club, whatever the week of the 24th or whatever of January. The first weekend in February, I'm gonna be at the DC Improv. After that, a lot of different places. I have no fucking idea. Go to petelee.net and look at my tour schedule.
I'm going to Europe. I'm going to be there. But before that, I'm going to be in. Can you look at it?
Not my job.
I know it's not your job, but I left my phone upstairs.
You're
going to
see me,
upset with me.
at the end of January in Albany, and then I'm in Syracuse, and then I'm in Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon. I'm going all over the place. IanFidance.com for everything you need. Wild, Happy, and Free is a special. Patreon.com/BeInIanPod. Join
Raleigh,
up.
stop. Raleigh, Buffalo, Boston, St. Louis, Dublin, London, Paris, Oslo, Stockholm, Amsterdam, Berlin, Philadelphia, Rochester, Winnipeg, Minneapolis, Tampa, Portland, Oregon,
Too
and
much.
more.
People don't have ability to.
They hear it. And stop plugging the freaking Patreon.
Could people that
What?
follow them also follow me at Peatly? All of Jordan's best crowd work, I do it on my platform. Peatly.
We love you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.